Welcome to my channel, My Mysterious Journal. What happened one night in the dead house? Tonight's story is not just a horror tale. It is about a house where something terrible happened many years ago. After that night, no one ever dared to enter it again. People in the nearby town called it the dead house. The house stood alone at the end of a long dirt road, surrounded by tall, dead trees. Its windows were broken, the walls were dark and cracked, and the roof looked like it could collapse at any moment. During the day, it looked abandoned and lifeless. But at night, strange sounds came from inside. Some people said they heard footsteps walking across the wooden floor. Others claimed they saw shadows moving behind the broken windows. One old man once said he saw someone standing inside the house, staring out into the darkness, even though no one had lived there for years. Long ago, a family lived in that house. One cold night, something terrible happened. The entire family was found dead inside. No one ever discovered what truly happened that night. After that, the house was left empty, and slowly the stories began to grow darker. People stopped walking near that road after sunset, but not everyone believed the stories. One night, someone decided to prove that the rumors were just fear and imagination. The sky was covered with clouds, and the wind was blowing through the empty road. The moonlight barely touched the ground as the figure slowly walked toward the house. As the person got closer, the house looked even more disturbing than it did from far away. The wooden front door was slightly open, moving slowly with the wind. Each time the wind pushed it, the door made a long creaking sound that echoed through the silent night. For a moment, there was hesitation. The place felt wrong, as if something inside the house was watching from the darkness. But curiosity was stronger than fear. Slowly, the door was pushed open. The inside of the house was colder than outside. The air felt heavy and still. Dust covered the floor, and broken furniture was scattered everywhere. Cobwebs hung from the ceiling, moving slightly with the faint wind coming through the broken windows. Every step across the floor made a cracking sound. Then suddenly, another sound appeared. Footsteps. Not the footsteps of the person who had just entered, but footsteps somewhere deeper inside the house. The sound was slow. Step, 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 step. The person froze in place, listening carefully. The footsteps stopped. The house became completely silent again. Maybe it was just the old wood moving or the wind inside the walls. Trying to ignore the fear, the person walked deeper into the hallway. The beam of a flashlight moved across the walls, revealing old pictures hanging crookedly and doors leading into dark rooms. Then something strange happened. The flashlight flickered once, twice, and for a brief second, the light revealed something standing at the end of the hallway. A tall figure, completely still. The light flickered again, and the hallway became empty. Nothing was there. The heartbeat began to race faster. The air felt colder now. It was hard to breathe, as if the house itself didn't want anyone inside. Then a whisper came from somewhere in the darkness. Very soft, almost impossible to hear. "Why are you here?" The voice sounded dry and broken, like something that had not spoken for many years. The flashlight moved around quickly, searching the hallway, the walls, the staircase. No one was there. Suddenly, the wooden door behind slammed shut with a loud bang that echoed through the entire house. The sound was so loud that dust fell from the ceiling. Panic began to grow. The person rushed toward the door, trying to pull it open. It wouldn't move. It was as if something on the other side was holding it closed. Then the footsteps returned, but this time they were closer. Step, step, step. The sound came from the staircase. Slowly, something was walking down. The flashlight pointed toward the stairs, and there, halfway down the staircase, a figure appeared. Its skin was pale and lifeless, its eyes were completely black, and its head slowly tilted to one side as if studying the person standing in the hallway. The smile on its face stretched too wide to be human. The flashlight suddenly went out. Darkness swallowed the entire house. Then more whispers filled the air. Not one voice, but many voices, coming from every corner of the house. You shouldn't have come here. You woke us. You belong here now. Cold air rushed through the hallway. Something brushed past in the darkness. A cold hand suddenly grabbed the arm, its touch freezing like ice. A scream filled the house as the door was pushed again and again. Finally, the door burst open. The person ran outside into the cold night air without looking back. The wind was stronger now, and the trees around the house were moving violently. The house stood silently behind, dark and motionless, as if nothing had happened. But something had happened. The next morning, when daylight returned and the fear slowly faded, a terrible discovery was made. On the arm where the cold hand had grabbed, there were marks, clear fingerprints, dark and burned into the skin, as if something dead had held on tightly. And sometimes, late at night, when everything becomes silent, a whisper can still be heard. Very close, very cold. Why did you come into our house?